Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Cordumt and we are back for some more Tyranny. So before I started the episode, I went through the level ups which we obtained in the previous episode. I leveled up Verse, my main character, and Lantry as well. So if we look at Verse, I also gave her these frozen shackles. Although actually, now that I think of it, Lantry is getting hit more often than Verse. I'll give you these. So if he does get hit, or critically hit, he deals damage back. Sure. In terms of items, I didn't change anything else. I kind of just had like an overview, but nothing changed. So for Verse, I gave her some more accuracy still. And in terms of talents, I am now actually starting to go into Skirmisher. Now the reason for this is, in Duelist, I do think there are some strong options. There's no denying it. There are some strong options here to take. But I kind of wanted to make my way into especially, let me see here, especially into Evasive. So we have Nimble 1. When only wearing light armor, we get an extra 10 dodge. And then we also have Evasive, which would give us some more defense against disengaging, and we can also use our dodge instead of parry for melee attacks, which I think could be a very good thing to have. Right now we actually have more parry than dodge because we've been mostly in melee, but I think we can maybe make use of that, and at that point I can just honestly turn off parry experience and just put everything into dodge. I actually wonder if I should do it right now, but I guess I'll wait a little bit for that. We can get some more bonuses here with Nimble too. But yeah, we'll see what I want to take here before going back to Duelist. On my main character, I gave him more accuracy also. I want as much accuracy as possible. Make sure I don't miss. And if I do hit, maybe try and get a crit. In terms of talents, I believe I am kind of done in the magic tree for right now. I picked up Expanded Mind 2, which is what I really wanted from here. We have some options of getting some elemental damage onto our weapon attacks. We don't really attack too often with our weapons, so I'm gonna leave this for later. And I went into range. Now, I took Escape, adds a rooting effect to the Thrust ability. It will also increase my movement speed and break current engagement, which would be kind of cool to escape if I get engaged in melee. Although this is just a very minor thing, really, because I'm probably gonna miss every thrust attack that I do. The reason why I'm doing this, however, is because I want to take safe distance here, which is gonna give me a bonus to accuracy when attacking targets are farther than 5 meters away, so just more accuracy for my spells is something I really want. And we can also move into Evasive as well, so just like with Verse, when superior, we can replace parry with dodge while defending against melee attacks. Just make us a little bit safer. And after this, I don't know. I was kind of looking at Lightfoot to move faster. And then possibly some other stuff like on leadership here. I do like Bandolier, making potion effectiveness increase by 50%, which is a lot. And I love that. We also have Refuse Pain to remove random hostile effects. There are some cool things here, so I'm probably gonna go into this. Also, Arbiter of Knowledge, just more spell slots for everybody. So, I do like this a lot. But yeah, currently I'm starting with this one because I really want safe distance. And then we'll see if I go for Evasive or if I go for Leadership Tree first. And finally, Lantry. Keep on giving him some more wits. I want to put this at 19 and then probably move on to probably finesse or maybe even some quickness. We'll see how this goes. In terms of talents, I am going for Lore Master 3, just giving him some more points into lore, which I always want. And then I also want Ancient Knowledge, just giving us more spell slots for him as well. More spell slots is just an awesome thing to have. With the extra lore from the level up and from talents, I also updated some of my spells. Nothing really changed all that much, so no point in going over them each at a time. I think on my Rhyme Spike, I gave it Sigil of Frostfire. I value Sigil of Frostfire over the range. And I think that's all for him. And on Lantry, I also updated my Frostfire. I can actually maybe go a little bit further. Nah, this is the most I can get. I also gave some extra accuracy on my Healing Wisps, try and see if I can get a crit. Don't remember what I did here. I think I added some accuracy and some more accuracy as well. And then on this one, I think I just gave it reduced cooldowns. So same spells, just some fine-tuning on each of them. With that said, we have the entirety of Lethian's Crossing to explore. We have a bunch of merchants here, which I really want to see what they have to sell. So let's begin. Actually, let's begin by looting the place and see if I can find some useful stuff. Oh, it's Chauncey! Chauncey! Or Mr. Piggy, rather, from Pillars of Eternity 1. And I love the little pig models. They're so cool. Okay, so we can turn on fast mode. I'm just gonna scout to see what I can pick up before I talk to people. And these are all consumables. Oh. Ooh, 2 bronze ingots. I wonder if this is just for selling or if it's some kind of...
Have a look here.
Ingredient for the spire. I may want to come back here. Can I put markers on the map? No, I cannot. But there is a resting spot, a resting thingy over here in case I need it. Let's go up. There is a lot of different levels to this place. More fruit. Kitty cat. Or doggy? Cat. More secret stuff. Nice. This is the eastern waterfall. Though it cascades down alone, some settlers believe that the waterfalls split from a single source somewhere above the old walls. Alright. And this... Oh, no. During clear mornings, the western waterfall reflects the rising sun in a beautiful display of color. One more kitty cat. So, we are now on this region which we could not go up before, because this was locked. Or this was raised, sorry. Armor potion and some money. Okay, let's go down again. I think I saw a barrel somewhere around here. Oh, it's upstairs. Okay, sorry. It really looked like it was below for some reason. By the way, the new skill I gave Verse... Yeah, it just updates the previous one. We don't actually have 2 skills to use. I kind of forgot about this. Okay. So... Is that a wolf? Dog. Harkian Bronze. Let me just quick save. Greetings and salutations. Lethian's Crossing. We have favor too with them, actually. The jolly merchant greets you with a smile and a clap on the shoulder. And welcome to Lethian's Crossing. Home of the best merchant in the entirety of the tiers. He pauses and winks. That would be me. Harkian Bronze at your service. He bows. What can I do for you? Oh? What can you tell me about this seal? I found it in Vindrian's well. Let's take a look, shall we? Harkian takes the seal and turns it over. When he spots the insignia, he quickly deposits it back in your hand and wipes his palms clean. Oh, I think this is the thing we had in the, like the quest items. Where did you get that? So clearly he's distressed. It came from a merchant caravan that was ransacked. Suspected as much. He mumbles and worries his brow. So far off the normal trading routes, but why there? Why then, and why now? Well, maybe you could start by telling me about the merchants. He refocuses on you and nods. Of course, the sigil belongs to the Handover Quill Merchant Company. His lips tighten to form a violent pucker. Wasn't this part of the Lantry thingy? What can you tell me about other merchants' company? No. Tell me more about Handover Quill. They were once a powerful trade organization that, well, hiccups his mouth and glances around. Let's just say that you didn't want to get between them and a contract. What with Tunon's new laws in the Bastard City, the Quill slunk into the shadows of Cardos' authority, trying to keep a lower profile. If you're involved in any of their dealings, stay far away. A shipment of iron and weapons went missing. It was found, with this seal, in a house in Echo Call Crossing. He strokes the shadow of beard growth under his chin. Suspicious, I agree, but war always has its little problems. He waves a dismissal. It doesn't add up. Now, if we can return to the subject of my wares... He smiles and readies to show you some fancy bauble. The weapons were meant for the disfavored, and the Vendrian Guard suddenly had iron weapons. The Vendrian Guard? Archon drums his fingers on his mouth and considers. Well, this changes things, I suppose. Changes things? What does Handover Quill have to do with the Vendrian Guard? First things first, Archon clears his throat. This will come at a price. If something unfortunate took place and my connection were traced back to me, the consequences would be costly. Dude, no. 1,000. Pass. If I can get subterfuge or athletics, I can maybe bypass this or maybe lower the price. Holy crap. As you will, you know where to find me if you change your mind. So I can just... okay. I'd like to continue, so opens up that option. Okay. What can you tell me about other merchant companies in the tiers? Oh, there have been several over the years, and they've thrived and struggled in this new age of law. He counts on his fingers. There were the Jade Marmots, I love this name, the Lace Fringe, the Linked Rings, and of course the Handover Quill. He grimaces at the last one. But don't let me forget the Visitors of Prosperity, the Yellow Moguls, the Tenfold Pallor. He trails on for some time. Okay, so show me your wares. And the one part I really dislike about this is that people ask me for currency in such a way that... So we have bronze and we have copper. And I'm guessing that some amount of copper rings equates to a certain amount of bronze rings. But I don't have a way to actually check how much I have in total. So then when people ask me for a total amount, I don't know what it is. And he was talking about this, I think. Or not. House seal? Maybe not. Okay, let's just see your wares then. Because over here, it does show, but not... Oh my god, what is this? Mercy. But not on other conversations. A two-handed hammer, exquisite quality. 2734 crush. Devastating and rejuvenating. On a weapon crit, push. Accelerates recovery on kill. Yeah, but only on a kill. It's still cool though. It has 6 armor pen. Holy crap. That's very nice. A bronze dagger. Oh. Okay, that's significantly more damage. And the accuracy is not bad either. Staff of Enigma, what do you do? Nothing, just damage. Grounding Garbs. Plus 10 armor versus shock. Yeah, so it has a base plus 10 shock armor as well as more deflection, and then it will also give me... I don't know if this is an extra 10 or if it's just this 10. Okay, you know what? I'm not playing in Iron Man, so I can actually quick save and test things out. I'm not accustomed to that, actually, on these videos. I'm gonna just see how this works. So if I pick this up, I am currently at... Ooh, sexy. I'm currently at 0 armor. Yeah, okay. So the bonus right here is shown up here as well. I wonder if the dot signifies it's coming from the bonus. I don't know. I can also test something else out. I can try to get some idea of exactly how much 1000 currency is. So, wait, so I have 54 bronze plus 81 copper. We lost 1000 copper. I'm not going to look at the conversation. I'm just going to skip. I don't want to spoil myself. I just want to see exactly... Oh, it's not actually that much. So I lost 10 bronze rings, which means 1 bronze ring is... Wait, he asked for 1000, right? So each bronze ring is 100 copper rings, it seems. Okay. Okay. It should say when I hover, but okay. So it's 10 bronze rings. Okay, I skipped the low there for you guys. Let's go back to the wares. So heavy bronze armor doesn't really matter for me because right now I'm not using it. Ooh. Light leather gauntlets. 1% deflection, minus recovery, 3% precision. And it's so expensive though. Ooh. It's funny, if I had those boots, I can go for the subterfuge option in dialogue there. Because it requires 53. Okay, it's 50. It's so much, man. Spell reflection. It's 20% only. Oh! Wise. This is a very expensive healing potion. What the crap? Okay, so I have this. I have everything. No, 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 no. So accent of bleeding. Intensity, range, area of effect, accuracy, recovery, and enhancement. I don't have bleeding. I want that. It's so expensive. Why must it be so expensive? Okay, so I definitely want stuff from this guy. Let's see the other merchants before I start spending my money. Welcome, welcome. The merchant motions you over. What can I get for you today? Be sure to stock up before you leave. There's plenty of wilds between here and the Bastard City. Okay, this one has less dialogue. Ooh. Okay, I'm not even gonna look at... I am gonna look at this. This is a bow which fires multiple projectiles. I'm not really using a bow that much. A javelin, a dagger. A dagger with armor pen would be very good. Okay, so nothing too fancy, just some upgrades in terms of weapons. Which is not bad, of course. Bazilla. Okay, good day to you. What do you have? You have consumables. Dude, look at how... Well, I have them both, okay. By the way, can I sell some stuff here? Ah, so I guess whatever gets dropped into the Spire tab is an actual ingredient. Everything in other is just for selling. Let me confirm this. I am back. So yeah, it does seem like all these things are just stuff to sell, and whatever is important is gonna end up in the Spire here, the Spire tab. What I do wonder is if anybody has stuff like that lying around in their inventories. They do. Like the Bloodstone, the Garnet. But that's it. Okay, so I can also sell some items here. So these iron javelins I'm not really using. Bronze javelin. Earthshaker stuff and Bloodchanter stuff. I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm just gonna sell them. So... yeah, I think I'll just... okay. I don't want to overthink this, because if I overthink this, I'm just going to keep everything and not sell anything, which I don't like. Okay, I'll keep this one because it seems to be special in some way. But the bronze daggers, I think I'll just toss them, right? Yeah, they're just worse. Okay. So everything's gone there. Wait, what did I do? Oh, ooh! Okay, nice. Okay, so this can go, this can go, this can go. Broken armors and stuff can also go. This is just a... wait, let me see. I think this is just trash. I'll sell it. That's very nice. Okay, so trade all of this. And get some... oh, it's gonna... okay. So what do you have? Stasis shield. By stasis, do you mean I am rendered immobile? Yes, it does. Revival. Allied target, bring him back up. And removes wounds. Okay, that's cool. 4 armor is very nice. Okay. Okay. But then nothing else too special. Oh, I do want this though, I think. Yeah, I do want this. It's kind of cheap and it's very useful on her. And that would be all. Yeah, so for you. Trade. Do I want this mace? How do you compare with what you have? It's... I think I actually prefer the bronze, the mace. I also have the bronze hammer, but this is better. Phalanx. That can go. This can go. This can go. All right, we have some money now. Okay, cool. There's a lot of merchants. Good day, my friend. So I could, if I wanted to, buy an exquisite item. Like Vile Tongue. Poisonous. On a crit, poisons. I would like to see what the poison does. I'm guessing it does some damage. Bronze Great Axe. War Maces and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, by the way, since it only costs me 10 bronze, I'm actually gonna open up this dialogue option now. No, I'm not, sorry. I'm gonna wait and see if I can actually get some more subterfuge or athletics before I attempt that. Merchant Helena. Some exquisite armors. Oh, these are all light armor. Wait, it's called heavy leather armor, but oh no. Oh god. No, it is. It doesn't make any sense. Light armor, heavy leather armor. Why? Why do you confuse me like this, game? Tell me. That would be very good for her. And you have 2 of them? She does have 2 of them. This would be very cool for her. But again, it's a lot of money. Merchant tunic. What do you do? Nothing. You suck. Light leather boots. Nobleman's hat. Sandals. So nothing really with special effects here. Oh, what is this? Of warriors. Plus 10 athletics. This belt tightens about the midsection in a manner that simulates the wearer's humors. What the hell? What is that supposed to mean, game? 60 bronze. Oh man, it's so expensive. I mean, I technically have another 100 bronze rings here. I would also be able to have that option unlocked if I did this. What is this used for, by the way? Characters able to traverse difficult terrain as well as their ability to execute complicated moves in combat. That is also used in dialogue to determine... I don't know what this means, complicated moves in combat. I wonder if it's a requirement for certain items or... I don't know. Or if it affects the accuracy of certain abilities? Yes, it does. Okay. So I'm gonna buy this.
Graven Ash
just
protects.
check for more merchants before I do that. But I think I'm gonna buy that and check out that athletics option on the merchant. Another merchant, holy crap. Iron Great Axe. What is this? It looks fancy, but it's not special. Forge bound. Plus 8 armor than compared to what I have. It's also really good against versus what you have. Oh, this is a thingy. Plus 10 parry. Pretty expensive. Oh. Accent. Yeah, I'll just get this one right now. Volcanic weapon. Gimme.
Won't happen.
Oh, I missed this. Yeah, like what? Why does it say heavy cloth bracers, but then it's light armor? It makes no sense. Okay, whatever. Any more merchants up here? This is gonna be a shopping episode, I guess. Can I enter? I can enter. Are there gonna be more merchants inside? Maybe. This wall appears to have been damaged years ago but was never properly repaired. Okay, I'm quick saving because I want to see if I steal stuff, are they gonna react? Nope, don't care. Oh, a warrened shortbow. Settler, settler, settler. Okay, nothing to note. Okay, a lot more stuff to check out, people. A lot more places to loot. Which means a lot of loading screens as well. And for some reason, the loading screen into this particular city is very long. So I'll start cutting those if I remember to do so. Okay, so let's start up here.
Negative, Fatebinder.
Okay, so I... It doesn't actually show... It mentions some people, but not all. What's it mean to be a forge-bound merchant? Because... enlist the aid of a forge-bound not subject to Kairos' law. Okay, I need a smith, not a merchant. Okay. Is there a smith inside? That would be helpful. Maybe. Ooh, nice.
Our time together has not... Got it!
What is this? Oh, it's for the spire. Mythical blade known as Headhunter. Okay.
Not gone to waste.
These worn iron weapons look as if they have been recently repaired and are being ready to be shipped back out. This armor is only made by the forge bound and is still warm to the touch. And I'm gonna quick save because this might be a relevant portion of the game here. Ulantis, master of casting. Ulantis surveys the room with an air of superiority. He addresses you without making eye contact. Is there something you want? Is there a problem? His eyes carefully watch Lohara as he answers you. Yes, but these are forge-bound matters. Nothing that concerns the High Court of Tunon, I can assure you, so he knows who I am. What do you do here in the forge? I keep things running smoothly, upkeep mostly. He smiles coyly. I am also second in command to Lohara, so in case anything ever happens to her, I'm here to take charge. There's a lot of little things in this game that were not corrected. But they should have been. It's hot, don't touch it, thank you. Lohara, master of timpering. A muscular woman stands upright from her forge and turns to look at you, the light of the fire playing across her face, making her eyes dance dangerously. A toothy smile breaks across her mouth, the only bright spot of her soot-stained face. Do you kill with your left hand or your right? She rubs blackened palms together, eyeing you expectantly. Normally I can tell at a glance, but you are a little harder to read. Why would you like to know? The gauntlet is the hardest piece of the panoply, and the most rewarding to work. So many scales of so many different sizes. Then there's the rivets. She slides her thumb and fingers together, shedding flecks of soot and iron dust. I imagine you see a lot of battle in your line of work. One gauntlet is invariably going to wear out before the other. My mind is always thinking on what will need repairs first. It's as simple as that. Right. Noted. She clears her throat and wipes her blackened hands on the canvas of her smock. I am Lohara, Master of Timpering, and Forge Master of Lethian's Crossing. My tasks exceed the hours left in the day, but there is no harm in pausing my work if it means speaking with the Fatebinder. How may I be of assistance? Okay, so I'm gonna go this one last. Tell me about Lethian's Crossing. I don't see much of it, only this. She points to the roof and walls of the forge. Lethian and a merchant crew settled this area a while back. The brave fools built bridges over the old walls and made themselves a crossroads trading post. Real pioneer spirit stuff. The whole place might have been ignored by Kairos' forces, except somebody discovered there's iron everywhere. Can't wash your clothes in the river without them coming out rust-tinged. So the iron made Lethian's Crossing important enough for Kairos to want it for himself. It made good sense to move some of us forge-bound here to Lethian's Crossing. Easier to put us near the iron instead of shipping it over mountains. That, and this is a crossroads. We can supply our allies faster than ever from our new workshop. Tell me about the forge-bound. For centuries, my guild has sought the union of magical and manual perfection. While others concern themselves with the arcane for the sake of inordinate power, we study it to overcome the traditional limits of our arts and crafts. The forge is our dominant concentration of study, but not all forge-bound work metal. Some are weavers, carpenters, and one of our other members fancies himself a chef. The wise and mighty Kairos has been kind to our guild. He offered to put our weapons and armor in the hands of those who would change the world. A broad smile overcomes her face. And he has been true to his word. Forge-bound iron has trampled the tears, and all that oppose Kairos' forces rest their heads on forge-bound spears. What can you tell me about the Forge-bound Master? Zdenia is the best leader I have had the pleasure of working under. She guides the Forge-bound with a steady yet stern hand, guaranteeing all of our work is of the utmost quality and peerless in every regard. I am Zdenia's second, which is why I am the Forge Master for Lethian's Crossing. She points at Ulantis. He is my second, should anything happen to me. I haven't worked with him long, so I don't know much about him or the true long-lasting quality of his work. But he was appointed by Zdenia, so he must be good at what he does. Can you make me something magical? No. She smiles and shakes her head. But almost everyone asks. Relics of arcane power must grow into themselves. They are never made from nothing. She points her finger in the air and smiles. But what I can do is use my magic to swing my hammer with perfect precision, or work a cantrip to handle molten metal with my bare hands. We can build artifacts of exceeding quality and refinement, but they must be used in great deeds to grow into relics of power. And that is why we seek to put the works of our forges into the hands of the greats. True legends require the allegiance of Swordmaker and Swordmaster. This is probably gonna upset her, isn't it? Why make weapons if you could kill your foes with magic? Why walk if you could pay portents to carry you? She shakes her head with a huff. We have ways to protect ourselves from those who would abuse us, but we study the arcane for purposes of building, not destroying. We leave that to others. They can take our implements and use them to sow chaos if they choose. I would rather take chaos and force order to it. I like her. How exactly does your magic help you make things? Our most important rituals bind the crafter, tools, and materials into one entity. She cracks a nervous smile. Close enough. In my own work, the forge bind draws the whole of my senses to the edge of the blade I'm tempering. I can see the tiniest notch, or touch my finger to the blade and feel the razor sharpness without breaking my skin. Such perfect execution of art has its costs, of course. Once heart and lungs becomes linked to flame and hammer, a dropped hammer could lead to a stopped heart. That's bad. Most of our members die in the throes of their work, killed by distraction or simple error. She blushes. We lose a lot of apprentices. Let's think of something else. Are you okay? You look weary. Ecstatic. Her voice is matter of fact and a smile creeps in. The ritual of the forge links heart to hammer. My blood beats only when I strike my ingot. My forge runs too hot if my breath becomes too hurried. The bond is both fatiguing and exhilarating. Couldn't that kill you? I should hope so. She laughs, her face blushing the color of molten metal. Better than being defiled and killed by brigands, poisoned by grain rot, or slain by childbirth. Would not a soldier wish to die in battle? Is that how you excel at your craft? Well, that and practice, she scowls. But yes, the rituals link these senses to the materials and the body to the tools. My hand becomes a joint to hammer the true end of my arm. I feel the heat of the forge as if it were the weather of the room. Under such circumstances, true focus can emerge. Alright, can you make something for me? Can? She lifts an eyebrow. Most certainly. Will? Well, Kairos invented queues for a reason. She let slip a sigh. I have every Iron Walker and every Scarlet Chorus ringleader sending me bribes and flattery in hopes that I'll work off schedule and make them something special this, or one of a kind that. Her mouth moves as if to speak, but she falls silent, folding her arms. Oh, I did not realize the request was so thoughtless. My apologies. We gained favor and subterfuge. I get unreasonable demands every day, but it's not the volume, it's the purpose. She lowers her voice to a near whisper and steps closer to you. I do resent that Kairos' demands reduce our work to mere quotas. I should be allowed to customize my work for every soldier. Only apprentices have something to learn from making the same size helmet again and again. Oh, so I wonder if going for the subterfuge blocked me. Okay. What if I go again? I can say I will pay her very, very well. Yeah, I'm not gonna go for this because, again, she's getting bribes from all over the place. I'll just go for Barek's dialogue option here. I would like to talk to you about Barek. What about him? I'd like you to free my friend from his armored prison, or I hoped you would examine Barek. Did the adjudicator not issue an injunction against precisely that action? Indeed, he sent a decision by birth to each of the guild workshops. Damn it. If you merely look him over, that's not exactly against the adjudicator's decree, is it? That's my decision, now I'm deciding otherwise. Oh, his decision. As a Fatebinder, I speak with the Archon's voice. Much can be forgiven if done in service of the Overlord's eternal glory. That's also true. I'll go for my guild apprentice option. I don't really have a lot of options to use this. You refer to the Magician's Folly. That law protects mages from prosecution against harm inflicted in active conflict, no? Not flagrant disregard of an Archon's decree. Perhaps you could twist it to protect us, but that would be no small feat when arguing before the adjudicator himself. Allow me to state this in no uncertain terms, Fatebinder. The Forgebound swore our allegiance to Tunon the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice. We do not easily forget that oath, nor do we rush to circumvent it. Our fastidiousness is not limited to our craft. Loyalty to an oath looks like this, Fatebinder, in case you had forgotten. God damn it. I don't suppose that you know any skilled smiths who lack your ironclad sense of loyalty. I feel like I might quick load this option. Let's see what happens first. We didn't get any penalties. Gains subterfuge. Behind the obscurity of his helm, you can hear Barek grinding his teeth. You ask me to be an accomplice to your crime? There may be an individual who can help you. Rumor has it there is a mage smith of some manner in the Stone Sea. Well, we did unlock that. Oh, Forgebound. By all rights, she should have been killed, so I assume that she's worked out a deal with that glowing green bastard Nerat. I cannot provide you with a name, but you might ask around Halfgate if you have the misfortune of being in that area. I appreciate it, Lohara. Goodbye, Fatebinder. As far as I'm concerned, this conversation never occurred. With wealth and influence, you may be able to hire a loyal smith and provide them with a forge at which to work. An awakened spire might make the perfect location for a smithy. Oh! You have heard of a mage smith in the Stone Sea that works outside Carlos' law. She may be able to assist you. Okay. Can I still go for the option... Oh, wait. You have returned. Lohar turns to face you, her body covered head to toe in charred hue. Blah, blah, blah. Always more... Okay. If you merely look him over, that's not exactly against the Adjudicator's decree, is it? Allow me to... okay. So... Oh, wait. Even without subterfuge, she would still give me the info. Okay. Alright, let me quick save because I want to see what an option over here does. Which is... What does this mean? How many rings to commission this forge? Rings? She spits into the forge, which answers with an angry hiss. Our guild serves the overlord himself, Fatebinder. Furthermore, we progress the craft. We guard the secrets of iron. There exist no further our obligations, and we shan't bend from them. Okay, so it was trying to buy information. Okay. Okay. So I appreciate it. I still have one more option to see, which is I'd like you to free my friend from his armored prison. Okay, so it's just everything is the same, basically. Alright. So we got info from her. I can still have the option of saying I will pay you very, very well. Yeah, let's see what this does as well. Yeah, okay, this is what I expected. She gave me rings for it. Yeah, okay, no. I'm back. So yeah, I did not want to do that. So might as well just not get the wrath. I don't need it. I will just continue exploring the... removing dialogue options from being marked as unseen. Okay, that's done. So what else do we have? Sorry, I forgot to skip this loading. Yeah, man, this reminds me of Rogue Trader trying to enter Footfall. It just takes so long for the load screen. Okay, what about this place here?
See that? We should take a closer look.
We should. Oh, nice! I don't need to buy the other item then. I mean, I might still want it because it gives us some bonuses in combat, for Verse especially, but it's nice to have this. Maybe you shouldn't be the person with this on. Maybe you can have it. Okay. I'm gonna look at that in a second.
Let's be off.
The back wall of this home has long since crumbled away, revealing the old walls behind it. Well, definitely paying off to explore the different houses, I will say. And I forgot again. I forget. Okay, so we've cleared out... Have I gone to this one? That's the other issue. I'm gonna forget which houses I've been to. I have not been to this one. Oh, and this one is actually important. More money. Very cool. Let's quick save. And speak with Phaedra. A bright... this is also part of... Okay. A bright-faced woman greets you as you approach. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing, Wanderer. My name is Phaedra, and this is my beautiful wife, Dea. She indicates a stone-faced blonde woman standing next to her, who holds up her hand in quick greeting. What brings you to town? Is there anything I can help you with? What can you tell me about Lethian's Crossing? I have lived here for most of my life, but honestly I'm not sure there's much to say. Looks contemplative. We're a center for trade and a waypoint for travelers. The walls are a little scary, but you get used to them over time. What about you, dear? Dea shrugs, her expression never changing. What is that to say? The town is alright, but living under the thumb of an occupying force makes it hard to truly relax. Phaedra puts her hand on Dea's shoulder, and Dea sighs. Oh, there are two women, okay. Sorry we couldn't be more help. This felt weird. You haven't always lived here. Several years before Carlos' invasion, I moved away from Lethian's Crossing. Being the granddaughter of Lethian came with a responsibility I wasn't ready for. I met Dea in the Bastard City and decided to stay for a while. We were living in the Bastard City when we heard about Carlos' forces moving to Tyr, so we took that as our motivation to move. She laughs. And I think we got out of there at just the right time. We traveled a bit with a couple of caravans, but nothing really seemed like home until I returned to Lethian's Crossing. You never realize how much you can miss a place until you've been away for a while. She wraps her arms around Dea and squeezes. But I could live anywhere as long as this one is with me. It's true the trade hasn't been as vibrant here recently, but I'm sure it's simply a temporary setback. The merchants will sing and dance for you, trying to convince you their suppliers are unaffected, but everyone is feeling it. I have faith the world will set itself right soon enough. People call me a fool, but I don't see the benefit of bemoaning your fate. You take what life hands you and make it work. You're Lethian's granddaughter? One of many, I suspect, but I'm the only one anyone knows about. And before you ask, no, Eldian is not my father. Maybe you haven't heard, but my grandmother wasn't exactly the settling down type. What's your opinion on the Bronze Brotherhood? I haven't had any real problems with them. They might be a little rougher on the edges, but they seem to be trying to help the city. Not anymore. They can all hang. They interrupt, her face showing the first bit of true emotion since the conversation started. I have seen nothing but misery where they interfere. If you have the coin, they'll do anything. They're thieves and murderers, and I can't wait to see them trampled. Okay, you should be happy then. She emphasizes her words by spitting on the ground between her feet. Daya, Phaedra says, consoling her. I'm sorry about that. I do my best to make our lives here as easy as I can, but there's only so much you can do to alleviate the pain of the past. I don't think that will ever be fixed. Huh. Okay, just lore, nothing actually of relevance for quests. Okay, so in case the episode will end soon, chain. Wait. Well, first of all, let me see something here. I actually want to give this to Verse, because this is used, I think, to spot hidden items. So as we travel, I want her to have this, right? Not you. Yeah, it's her. But what was the sigil I... Wasn't it the sigil of volcanic weapons or something? Fire, maybe? No. God damn it. But am I missing something here? Okay, internet, help me. I am back. So apparently it's something we can add to spells which modify weapon damage. Which I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have that yet. At most, I would think about guarded form, but this is like a defensive thing. Okay, so I cannot use that yet. Interesting. Okay, let's leave. Sorry. I keep forgetting about the loadings.
I'd have it no other way.
Okay, so I've been to all these places. Let's check this one out here. Okay, I kind of remember to skip this loading, but I've been here before. I did skip this one. Okay, let's go to the lower level then. I think it's the only one I haven't seen yet. We have like this one and that one. Maybe here as well. Okay, so did you have sigils? Is this special? Nimble. Ooh. Plus 10 ranged accuracy. I am probably gonna get that. But no sigils, right? Yeah, no sigils. She does have the warrior's girdle though. Let's go here. Well met, Fatebinder, and welcome to Lethian's Crossing. Oh, he's named Eldian. Wait, the other lady mentioned Eldian being my father, so is he the son of the main merchant of the area? The sunburnt man dips his head in greeting. An outsider never arrives alone. At least that is what my mother always says. Seems she knew what she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his own words. I'm Eldian. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing. You must be the one everyone is talking about. Tunon's Fatebinder, right? Eldian looks you over and shrugs. Hearing stories about your exploits in Vinrian's Well, I expected it to be 12 feet tall and shoot fire from your mouth. Can't always tell the contents of a pie from its crust, can you? Not really a fan of the way you use your weapons to say hello, but this isn't the first time blood was shed over Lethian's Crossing, and it certainly won't be the last. And I won't pretend I'll miss the Brotherhood. Actually, this is the first person that's acknowledged this. But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for a history lesson or to get my opinion on your grandeur. He waves his hand dismissively at his previous comments. The Adjudicator sent you for the Archon of Song, I assume. Was it? Was there a quest for this? I forget. What can this old fool do for you? What was it about the Archon of Song? Siren, the songbird, feels like it's half the town she's got mooning over her in that hovel near the river. Oh, she's here? It's on the first tier if you want to find her. His brow knits. Feel free to take her with you when you go. He cants his head slightly, banishing his sour expression. But seeing as you're not here for her, what can I do for you? Okay. Can I ask you some questions about Lethian's Crossing? If you have questions about our settlement, I'm the one to ask. I have the dubious distinction of being the oldest living resident of Lethian's Crossing, so I've been here for a lot of its history. Eldian smiles. Eyes, hips, hair, and hearing might be falling, but my mind still remembers everything that happened here. What would you like to know about? I'll do my best not to go on too long about it. I know I have a problem keeping my conversations short. Well, tell me about the history. If you have questions about the goings-on in the crossing, I'm the one to ask. Okay. Who was Lethian? The biggest pain in the ass I ever knew. He turns bright red, blushing at his words, and lets out a huge guffaw. I suppose I shouldn't talk about my mother like that. She was a mediocre merchant, but a great leader. The war in the northern kingdoms cost her a very lucrative trade route up north, but she managed to earn trade stewardships from Kairos, and for a short time she had the monopoly on grain, salt, and tin here in the tiers. What did my grandmother say? Give a blind man time and a pile of rocks, and eventually he'll hit a target. He shrugs. Not to say she didn't deserve it, but I think luck played a bigger part in her success than actual talent. But Kairos gives, and Kairos takes. The next year, Lethian was stripped to overtrade rights. Suddenly, she had a large staff, but no goods to trade and no means to pay anyone. But she was a stubborn one and knew if she kept at it, eventually things would turn out around for her. She figured trade goods would come to us. The location was good enough, it's crazy how that would happen. So she decided to concentrate on making an existing local settlement in the center of commerce for the tiers, and by the claws of a beast, she did just that. I thought she was crazy choosing a town nestled up to the old walls, but apparently she knew what she was doing. It wasn't long after that it was renamed Lethian's Crossing. With the bridges over the old walls, this was the only place to go if you wanted to take weeks off of your trip. Eventually she hired the Bronze Brotherhood to act as our local guards. We were big enough and had enough commerce to warrant the protection. She was your mother? Of course. How do you think I became the reeve of the crossing? It's certainly not my storytelling or charm. I may be the oldest living resident here, but that's certainly not a good enough reason to make someone a leader. Though, come to think of it, neither is just being the offspring of the former leader. He laughs. But like it or not, that's how things are. My mother was a wonderful woman. She might not have been the nicest person, and she might have been overfond of a dalliance here or there, but who isn't? His face sobers. May her rest be ever free of disturbance. How did you build the old walls bridges? Lethian was the mastermind of that. She could tie a knot with one hand, one string. I remember watching her draw systems of ropes and knots in the sand, telling me what they would do and build. I thought she was crazy. Says she got the idea for the bridges from seeing galleys pulled out of the water into the dock. Apparently the hardest part was getting the initial climbing team to brave the old walls and set the first ties. But apparently you can pay a man enough rings for him to overcome his fears of old walls predators. Why did you settle here? Necessity. The rope bridge led us across the old walls. With them, it didn't matter what trade right we had. We'd be at the crossroads to the northern tiers, an unbeatable location. The siege of Ardent and the Bastard City ended up helping us. All those folks heading to points east crossed to our little settlement, and many of them decided to stake a claim with us. By then, Lethian discovered there was iron in our rivers. She thought it would make us rich, but it also makes us a target. The old walls won't make passage through the area easy, and our bridges cut days to weeks off of the trip. Lethian's crossing is the best bet to get your shipment where it needs to go. Mix some other load of iron ore into it, and we suddenly had a target painted on us. What is Kairos' interest in the crossing? I'm guessing just that, but... Iron, plain and simple. Now we have the Forgebound here, toiling away with the ore they pull from the river. We're being squeezed for our resources. If you're after a drink, better to squeeze fruit from than a stone. And it would seem many people find us to be very juicy indeed. There was a merchant who tried to peddle iron rocks as magical because they came from areas near the old walls. One of the people he sold to happened to be this favored courier. The courier then showed the rock to a Forgebound buster who immediately recognized its potential for making superior weapons. It was brought to Kairos' attention, and soon afterward soldiers and Forgebound came to Lethian's crossing. They came with such force our options were to either comply with what they wanted or die. And why does the Brotherhood want Lethian's crossing? Land? Breeding stock? They've been here longer than I have, so maybe they consider it home too. But Kairos' purse masters are no longer paying them to fight. And if a mercenary is killing for free, something's suspect. In the end, I suppose it doesn't matter. Raitamon will never let go. He feels he owns this town and he aims to have it be his. Okay. I am gonna cut this conversation short for this episode. I will just go for, I have other questions. And I'll just be on my way here. And hopefully I can come back to them at any point. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna explore the rest of this in the next episode to not make this one be way too long. We also have some resting materials over there. But yeah. So... for the next episode, my friends, I am going to focus on leveling up Mr. Barik. We have more houses to explore. We have more stuff to purchase from merchants. I want to see the dialogue option from that first merchant on the west of the city. We apparently have the Archon of Song here as well, so there's a bunch of stuff to do. Another sigil I wanted to pick up, the one for Bleeding, which I'm curious about as well. Definitely a cool location to come to. With that, I want to thank you all for being here with me on the channel, watching some Tyranny. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Questions, suggestions, anything at all, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming out soon. It is also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.